What is up, everybody? Today we're going to be doing something a little different, and what we're going to do is we're going to explain to new players how to play the game. So basically this is a tutorial about every key important thing you need to know about the game. Before we start the video, I would like you to like and subscribe. If you found this video helpful, do what I just said. And I'm trying to get a goal of 50 subscribers so I can start live streaming and stuff like that. So anyway, let's get started on the video. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is the watch. Now we're going to be talking about the currency later on the watch. But basically what the watch does is the watch is basically like a mini tool. And what it does is it can show you a map, it can show you your currency, and it can be used as a walkie-talkie. The way to use the walkie-talkie is you put it up to your face until it outlines green, and everybody in the channel 0 can hear you. Now, if you were to change the channel, if you were telling somebody a secret or something that you don't want anybody else in channel 0 to know, you just press your move joystick button, and it should change to a different channel. Now the channels go up to channel 9, and basically, like I just said, for example, if everybody's on channel 0 and there's 2 people on channel 1, the two people can hear each other, and everybody on channel 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0 cannot hear them. Anyway, so next we're going to be talking about turning. Now, if you were to be sitting down, and you would like to turn, but you notice that you can't turn because the joysticks don't work whenever you try to turn, all you have to do is press on the left controller. You should see this button that has 3 different lines. If you press that button, it should enable snap turn, so whenever you move any of your joysticks, it should move for you. And to disable that, you just press it again. Now the next thing we're going to be talking about is all the currency in the game. Now this is going to be a really long time. It's going to take a long time to explain all the currency. But basically, there are 3 types of currency based on from this new update. So there's nuts, there's coins, and there's research points. Now first we're going to be talking about the nuts. Now what the nuts basically do are you use the nuts to buy things off of this certain shop right here. I'll explain about the shop later. And you can get these nuts from, but do be careful because the items only sell for a certain percentage of how much they costed. So like, for example, that sold for 23, and it actually costs 399. So basically, that's all you have to know about nuts. But yeah, you can also get a ton of nuts from like different areas, like sewers, whatever, everything in there, and nothing much in here. It's just like some stuff in there. But anyway, on to the next currency, which is coins. Now what coins basically are things that you can buy in this shop. So you can buy characters. Basically you can buy anything in this shop for coins. Everything, okay. Anyway, so to get coins, you must either buy the coins, buy a bundle, or you can complete daily challenges to get them. And also, I don't know if targets are coming back, But since I already got all the targets, I'm just gonna go ahead and explain it. So basically, what targets are if you hit them with a weapon, they give you money. So you can also get the coins from hitting targets. And I already explained how to get them and what they do. And next up finally are the research points, or what I like to call shards. Now, the only two ways that you can get them so far are by completing daily challenges and completing this weekly challenge, which is target practice. I might show all the targets later in this video, but it's not guaranteed. Or you can put on this headset right here, and you can buy them with coins, or you can get the starter pack, which is $10. So basically, what these research points do are they help you unlock items that can be bought in the shop, because once you start out, you only have like a regular backpack. You have a small backpack, a flashlight, and a stick. Now, do be careful with the sticks because they are breakable. But so they help you unlock things in this tech tree, which is the skill tree, and they just basically help you. They help you buy things in here. So, like, for example, this costs 3 research points, and so you need 3 research points to get it, and I only have 2 so far. Anyway, that's basically all for the dang research points. Now, what I forgot to say about the research points are that you can actually get different items, different promo codes. And there are 3 different promo codes that get you research points. They all give you 1 research point each. So the first one is deliver value, which gives you 1 research point. I want hook shot, which gives you 1 research point as well. And made for me, which the 4 is the number 4, which gives you 1 research point. You guessed it. Okay. Anyway, so the next thing we are going to be talking about is the shop and the items in the shop. Now, what the shop is, the shop is like a big shop that they've recently updated that gives you items from a certain tag. Like, for example, bags, you see that. Ammo, you see that. Gadgets, you see all that. Explosives, you see that. And toys and consumables and other stuff like that. Anyway, now basically what the shop is the shop is the place where you buy items. You guessed it. Okay. Anyway, you get items from the shop by simply grabbing them out of the shop. Now, I don't have every item that you can get from the shop, but I still will be explaining every item. So anyway, but before we go on to the items, you would want to see that if you tap on the item, it'll show you a description of the item, and there's a favorite button right here, which you hold down, it'll favorite it, and you can find it on here. There's also recents, which if you bought something just recently, it'll pop up right there. Anyway, so there's also other places called secret shops, which give you pretty cool items that you can get from the skill tree, and they're like kind of really hard to get. But the easiest one to get to is the trip mine shop, which you go over here. I'm not walking on the trip mines because why would I? Anyway, though, once you get past the trip mines, you'll see this place with bananas and a flashlight. You can sell the bananas. You can keep the flashlight if you want it. But if you were to go up here, there will be a secret shop, which you can buy scrap items to sell for a really tiny amount that you buy them for. So like this is the old shop, by the way. So that's what the old shop looked like. But anyway, in this shop there's a pogo stick, an umbrella, a plunger, a whoopee cushion, a rubber duck, and that's all. So also in this place you can find the radio, which if you press Y, it'll play. If you press B or Y, depending on what controller you're holding it in, it turns it on and off. And to drop items, you press A or X. There's also a grenade in here. If you ever wanted a grenade, you can get that for free. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go right back down here and show you the next secret shop. Alright, so the next secret shop is in sewers, which I'm too lazy to do right now. So I'm just going to explain what you do. So once you drop down the sewers, you have to pass the red light, green light. And once you pass the red light, green light, you have to jump over the Sice Monster tentacles to not die to the Sice Monster. And you go through a brown tunnel. Now what the brown tunnel does, it's a really dark area, so I recommend bringing a flashlight or taking the flashlight that's already down there as soon as you get there. But once you get past that, or if you don't have a flashlight, once you go in there, you go straight forward, take a right again, and take a right again, take a left, and then go straight forward into the green hole. Now what the green hole leads you to is a parkour level, which is way easier with like a hover pad, a hook shot, or a ray gun. So once you complete, or you don't complete that one, but instead there's like a little secret rusted pipe area, which you see as soon as you go in there. If you go in there, you'll see like a little wall on the wall. If you go over there, it should take you to the rusted pipe, and once you go on the rusted pipe, you do another parkour, which leads you to the secret shop with a hook shot. Now you can use this to buy hook shots for yourself or buy hook shots for someone else, but I did recommend a hook shot to bring with you if you were going to the secret shop with the hook shot. So like basically bring a hook shot to get a hook shot. Yeah, perfect. But it's not necessarily needed to have a hook shot. It's just really, it's like a lot easier with a hook shot. Anyway, the next secret shop is a bit harder. But basically what you want to do is you want to go into this area. Ignore that dude. If he starts chasing like really fast, you might want to run back that way. But basically you're going to have to go through here. You're going to have to go down here. There should be like a haunted house. So you just go straight forward. There's also an anglerfish down here, which if you haven't saw that other video that I made about monsters, is basically something that it's attracted to light, so it tries to kill you if you have light. But anyway, so you basically just keep going forward until you see like red, orangish rocks. That tells you that you're going the right way. You should keep going that way. Now this is usually the place where the big monster is, or the giant. But don't go in that red light, green light area. But instead, go in here. This should be the haunted house. Now what you basically do in this room is you find a key. I'm going to find the key now. But for a tip in haunted house run, you will want to go to the very last door unless you see like a little yellow glow. Like, kind of like that. So, yeah, like that. So, if you see a yellow glow in the hallways, use that yellow glow. And I wouldn't recommend going in there because it's a zero gravity zone. It leads you to this really creepy area that leads you to the lava area. But anyway, once you get the key, you wanna go to this lock, put the key in the lock. Go down this little hole. Select the blue ones if you have to, but don't pick them up because they turn your head upside down. Go to the bottom. Go in this little hole. Collect more blue ones if you can, and go through this portal. And that should lead you to the the third secret shop, which is the ray gun shop, which costs $1.999 for a ray gun, and you can use that ray gun to shoot yourself up to this next portal. Takes you back here, and boom, you found the third shop. Anyway, so now since we've explained all the shops, we're going to explain the items. Now, I'm going to explain the items that I already have first, because they'll give you a better visual thing. So basically, this is the stick. Now, what the stick does is it's basically it's your first weapon. And you use it to hit monsters or other things that you would like to hit, such as other gorillas. But keep in mind that this stick does break after a certain amount of time, so don't waste it. It also costs 49 nuts. Now, the next weapon is a crowbar. It's basically just the stick, except it does more damage and it's unbreakable. Meaning you can use this as many times as you want with no consequences, unless you get a red watch, which the red watch is something that you get whenever you hurt another player, and it makes it to where you don't have safe zone protection anymore and people can kill you in the safe zone. Anyway, the next weapon is the flare gun. So basically what the flare gun does is it shoots out a one bullet thing, because if you shoot it more than once it doesn't do anything. But anyway, it stuns monsters whenever it explodes. It also turns your screen really bright. So anyway, the next weapon is the ogre hand. Or the ogre hands, and basically they're just an off-brand version of the crowbar. They're pretty weak, but they do fling other gorillas when you hit them with it. And it also flings items whenever you drop it, like watch. Hold up. Yeah, like that. And last but not least of the weapons is a revolver. Now, what the revolver is like a 6-shot thing that you can get ammo from for. And basically what it does is cool animation. It's not as good as the shotgun, which we'll get into later. but it's pretty sick. Anyway, next thing we're gonna look at is our bags. Now, a backpack, you start out with a small backpack that has it has 5 space, meaning if you can store 5 items in it, and then you can't store anything else. It's also really heavy. So if you were to try and put something else in this backpack, like for example, hold up, the stick, it wouldn't fit because it's too big. But anyway, you press B or Y to open the backpack, B or Y to close it, and for all the items, even like for the revolver, which is the only gun item I have, it's the trigger to shoot it, and B and Y to load it, and A and X to drop it. B and Y are like the using things, triggers for shooting only, and A and X are for dropping. Anyway, so the regular backpack stores 10 items, so you can put 10 items into this backpack. So if you were to store 10 items, it would be full and it would be really heavy. Also, you can't store, if you're asking the question, no, you cannot store small backpacks into regular backpacks. And you cannot store regular backpacks or small backpacks into big backpacks. I think. Yeah, you can't. But basically, that's all for the backpacks, except for this one. What this one is a big backpack, which it stores 20 items instead of 10 or 5, and it stores 20 items, and it's literally just like all the other bags. And for some reason, they only decided to animate this one, because that one's not animated, and that one's not animated. So they just animated the regular backpack because the regular backpack's been mostly in the game for so long. Anyway, let's move on to the gadgets. So basically what the gadgets are things that help you with challenges, stuff like that. And weapons, everything else also can help you with things. Now the first gadget is a tablet. Now what the tablet does is show you, it's like a big map, like it's on your watch, except the only difference it has on your watch is that it's bigger and it shows the actual land on it. It also shows enemies, which I think the regular thing does as well. But anyway, yeah. So this is the glow stick, which is called weird glow stick in the skill tree. But basically what it does is it's like the flashlight, which is the flashlight beer what I use. And it's just like a flashlight, except it's all around it stuff. It also floats in 0 gravity, so that's also pretty cool. It's also really big. It's a really big flashlight. Anyway, this is the camera. Now, a lot of people have been thinking about pressing B or Y to use the camera, or just pressing the trigger button once. Actually, you have to hold down the trigger button to take a picture. It also flashes the person in front of you, or monster in front of you. But anyway, people like to troll with this, and also when when the red line is going down, it means that you cannot take a picture. It's like charging down, stuff like that. But the last item is the teleporter grenade. Now, it's pretty much just like a what's that thing from Minecraft called? Some portal. Anyway, oh well. So basically what you do is you B or Y to activate it, then you throw it somewhere and it teleports you to it after 5 seconds. It's a pretty sick item. But anyway. So consumables, there's one consumable, there's toys, and there's explosives, which explosives are things that explode when you drop them. Or not just explode when you drop them. But anyway, this is a dynamite, which it explodes after a certain amount of time and it has a really big explosion. I wouldn't recommend holding this. People like to call it a candle, so don't mistakenly think it as a candle. It also explodes like really fast. It takes a slow time though. But this is the flashbang grenade, and what it does is it freezes monsters that you throw onto it, and it like turns your screen white whenever you shoot it at you. And I'm running out of money. But anyway, the next thing is a grenade, which they currently remodeled. They just recently remodeled the grenade, and I really miss the regular grenade, but this new grenade actually still looks sick. I'm sorry for the people that don't like the new update, but it's pretty sick actually if you think about it. So basically, it's an impact grenade. It's a lot different from the regular grenade, which was like the dynamite, except it exploded at a faster time and it had had a smaller timing, like, explosion. So basically, this is an impact grenade, but it's basically a grenade, except it does more damage. It explodes on impact, meaning if I were to throw it, it would explode as soon as it touches the ground. It has a short cooldown, and it has a tiny explosion. So the explosion's tinier than the regular grenade used to be. So, anyway, moving on. I don't think there's anything else we haven't done. So we'll move on to everything in the skill tree that I have not gotten yet. Actually, we still have these. Like this. Alright, anyway, this is the heart gun, which people like to call the ray gun. But anyway, what this little thing does is if you press B or Y, depending on which hand you're holding it in, it changes colors. Now you might think this isn't a thing to do it with, but anyway, what this thing does, what the ray gun does is when it's on the red setting, if you charge it up and shoot it at something like an item, it'll suck the item up. And there are 2 or 3 ways that you can take this item off of your ray gun. The first is dropping it. The second is shooting with the blue side, and the third is getting really close up to another one and shooting that one and it swaps. But another thing to note is that this thing does damage to you depending on how far you charge it up. So I recommend to be wise with it. If you're at low health, you probably shouldn't use it at all. But anyway, so that's not the only thing the ray gun does. So if you were to change it on the red setting and set it on the ground, charge it up, and shoot up in the air, it probably wouldn't do anything. But if you were to jump up and do it, it'd shoot you really far up. Now, the blue does the exact opposite. If you put it up in the air and then charge it up and shoot it, it'll send you flying the way you shot it. So, like, yeah. That's all the ray gun does. Alright, the next thing we have are the hook shots. Now, what the hook shots do are, if you haven't seen me use them already, they're basically grappling hooks, but what they do are they grab onto something, they pull you to it, and it'll go faster if you pull it like that. So, yeah, that's all you can do with the grappling. But anyway, so moving on to the items on the skill tree. So I'll show you all the items that I don't have and what they do. Anyway, so I've shown you all the green items and some of the black items. But anyway, what This is a tripwire explosive. Now what this does is when you press B or Y and set it up to something, it'll attach itself to that surface, and if anyone steps on it or if anyone crosses it, like literally anything that crosses it, like a monster, a monster, a person, or an item, a literal item, this thing will explode, or the trip mine will or not the mine, the wire will explode. Anyway, moving on to the next thing, the crossbow. Now what the crossbow does is, like, if you drop something on top of it, it'll attach it on the crossbow, and whenever you press the trigger, it'll shoot. Now with the blunt force trauma isn't an item, so we'll move on to that later. But anyway, this is a frying pan. It's basically a crowbar except shorter. This is a baseball bat, and it's basically a crowbar as well. This is a pickaxe. It's also basically a crowbar. I don't have them, so I don't know how much damage they do. Anyway, that's another thing. This is an RPG, which what the RPG does is it's like a really big explosion whenever you shoot it. RPG ammo reloads RPG. There's shotgun. It shoots a spread of pellets, dealing massive damage. It has 2 shots, and the shotgun ammo to reload a shotgun. There's also the lance, which people like to think of as a juicing sword. It's like a crowbar except really long. This is a shield, and it protects you from trip mines and stuff like that. I haven't used that much, so I really don't know how much it protects you from. It does not protect you from a chicken, though. It does not protect you from a chicken. Anyway, the clapper. It was an unreleased item in the last update, and basically what it does is when you press B or Y, it just claps like that. Anyway, next we have a football, which is a toy. It's for catching, throwing, catching, and bonking someone on your head. There's a cluster grenade. What the cluster grenade is, it's like an impact grenade, except it has multiple explosions. There's the that, there's that, there's that, there's that, and there's that. There's a plunger. The plunger is a scrap item, and you push against the wall to activate suction. Can be used to climb almost every area. This is the only one because this is the only consumable. If you hold it up to your mouth for 5 seconds, it makes you really fast, but after a while, it like makes you feel really ill. I've already showed you that. This is the hover pad. When you press B or Y, it floats you up for a little while, and then it runs out of battery and makes you fall. So use it wisely. Let it charge up sometimes. The umbrella. Now what the umbrella does is when you grab it, or when you open it up, pressing B or Y, it opens up, and whenever you jump, it makes you fall slowly. The saddle is a kind of backpack, even though it's not really a backpack. But anyway, what it does is it lets other monkeys or gorillas or puppies or cats or frogs, any other person, it lets them ride you on your back. Wolfie cushion is if you press B or Y, it should make a fart noise. And the pogo stick, every time you touch the ground with the pogo stick, it bounces you up. And I think that's every item. I think, hold up, let me check just to make sure. Yeah, I think that's all the items. So, anyway, now we'll move on to the skill tree. So basically, to get to the skill tree, you put on a VR headset, which I just did. Anyway, I basically just explained the entire skill tree to you. So you start out with shards. You start out with some shards. I started with 5 shards, and my friend started with 8 shards. I don't know what that was for, but I guess you start with more shards now. But anyway, now what the research points or shards do are, well, they help you unlock items. Now to progress through the skill tree, you have to buy the item that's before it. So like if the line is green, that means you purchased the thing on the other side. You can also grab it to ride it. So the purple lines mean that you're able to get them. You might not have enough to get them, but you're able to unlock them when you're ready. So, and the black lines mean that you can't get them no matter what you do, and you can't get them until you unlock the thing before it. And basically to unlock an item using the what's it called, research points, you must go up to the item, grab the shield thingy, then grab the shard and pull the shard down onto the thing to break it, and that unlocks the item for you. Unfortunately, you don't get the first item free, you actually have to pay for it. But anyway, we'll talk about these now. Now, what the monkey heads are they're basically upgrades for you. So like the first upgrade that you get is expanded pockets, meaning that all backpacks, it gives you one extra thing. It gives you one extra spot in your backpack. So anyway, I'll go talk about all these. So there's hidden compartment, which is basically the same exact thing, one capacity to all backpacks you purchase. There's constitution, which gives you 10% maximum health. Expanded pockets, which I already explained. Constitution, 10% maximum health. More constitution, 15% maximum health. Tax evasion, 5% nut value of item sold. Advanced evasion, 10% nut value of item sold. And fraud, which is 15% nut value of item sold. So basically what these are when you sell something, gives you more money. There's blunt force trauma, 10% damage dealt with melee. There's advanced blunt force trauma, which is 15% dealt with melee. There's blunt force trauma enthusiast, which is 20% damage dealt with melee. There is explosive mastery, which is 10% damage dealt with explosives. There's weapons mastery, 10% damage dealt with guns. There is which one have I not done yet? Have I done all of them? Even more pockets, which is one capacity to all backpacks to purchase. And I think that's all of them. But anyway, now we will talk about the freak. I can't get up here. Freak. Now we will talk about the how to get the daily challenges and the weekly challenges, target practice as well. So basically, they tell you what to do, and whenever you do it, you it says come collect right here, and you hold that down to collect it. Now basically, for example, it says kill the chicken monster any way you want. Freaking hate the chicken, so I already did that. So once you kill it, it'll say like something complete or collect, and it gives you money. And the target practice, which is find and destroy 10 targets, basically you have to find 10 different targets around the map, and you have to destroy them with crowbars or any weapon. So basically, I'll show you where all those are. Anyway, the first one is right here at in safe zone, or not in safe zone, just right here. Now, the second one should be in here. It should be in the secret trip mine shop. It should be in the trip mine shop. If you go over there, so go over there. You might want to get a flashlight. Should be either right here or right here. And then next, the rest of them should be like really hard to obtain them. Like really hard. The next one should be over, if you go over this way, over here. You just gotta follow where I go in this cave, and you should make it there. Don't get spotted by this dude. His name is Armstrong. But basically, you want to go this way. Go in here. Go up here. Then go up here. Then go up this way. And then the target should be right there. So then the rest of them should be in Haunted House, which I've already explained where that is, but I'm still gonna go over there. I should have gone over there. Anyway, once you get in here, it should be like really dark in here. But anyway, the next 7, yes, you heard me right, 7 should be in Haunted House. Should be 3 on the left side and 4 on the right side. So we'll go on the left side first. So the first one on the left side is if you go forward, and then it should be on the first door on the left. It should be like right above the door. The second one should be right on the ceiling somewhere. And the third one should be in this room right here. And you will find it somewhere on the corner of the room. So that's all 3 of them in that area. I know where 3 are in this area. I forgot the 4th one because it's like in a very random place. But anyway, the first one should be right there. Hold up. But anyway, the first one should be up on this, above this door. Second one should be, if you go in this room, should be like somewhere over here. Now the third one should be right next to the boarded up door. Should be like right here. And the third one should be if you go all the way to the end and then go back some, the first door that you see on your right, it's right here, should be a trash bag room with a trash bag in it, and the target should be right in this corner over here. So also the third target should, if you're walking down to see the target or to find the targets, be sure to look on the ceiling, because I'm pretty sure it's on the ceiling somewhere. I just don't know the exact location the ceiling is. It is on the ceiling, but anyway, that's all the targets. So I think that's all. So I'm gonna get back. Alright, so anyway, if you are a new player and you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, as I said at the start of this video. If we get to 50 subscribers, I will do a live stream where we do what I told you in the first parts of the video. So basically, that's the end of the video. I hope you have a good day.